the legal battle between Grover, Kotak Wealth is not over yet. Mumbai, the legal tussle between Bharat Pay co-founder Ashnir Grover and Kotak Wealth Management, which has cascaded into a row between him and the Bharat Pay board, looks like dragging on. In a letter to Grover, Kotak's legal representative Ketan and company said the firm has not entered into any discussions with Grover and his wife in the so-called dispute over IPO financing. Mint has reviewed a copy of the communication. An emailed query to Kotak Group remained unanswered. Text queries sent to Grover were not answered. The letter was sent in response to a communication by a law firm representing Grover and his wife Madhuri Grover. Red Street Law Advisors had sent a communication to Ketan and company on the 19th of January stating that his clients had instructed that Grover and Kotak Bank Limited and its executives have discussed among themselves the issues surrounding the lack of IPO financing for Nikar shares. Both the parties have agreed to resolve the issue amicably and neither party wishes to proceed further with respect to the allegations and counter-allegations made in relation to the issue, said Sumit Agrawal, founder and partner, Red Street Law Advisors in the communication. In its response on the 21st of January, Ketan and company said other than its reply to the legal notice in November, there has been no communication. Our client has not entered into any discussions with your clients in the matter, and hence there is no question of any decision having been arrived at between the parties. Our client is surprised to read about the same and wonder why such a non-existent discussion is being attributed to our client, said Ketan in the letter. It added that if Grover wished to close the matter, then he needs to withdraw the legal notice sent in the last week of October. In a LinkedIn post in the last week of January, Grover had praised banker Uday Kotak, calling him a legend. I had the fortune of starting my career in Kotak, 7 years, and can tell you no one understands or does finance better in India, he had said. The matter pertains to a disagreement between Grover and Kotak's wealth management firm over an alleged case of failed IPO financing. The two parties have exchanged 3 legal notices in the last week of October and the first week of November. The Grovers had alleged that despite assurances, he was not given funds to support his bid for Nikar shares, which led to him losing out on a profitable trade. The dispute over IPO financing led to a war of words. In a leaked audio tape, Grover can allegedly be heard abusing and giving death threats to an employee of Kotak Wealth. Kotak, in reply to the legal notice, also alluded that Grover had in the recent past issued live threats to the lives of its employees besides using foul language. Kotak has threatened legal action on this issue. Soon after Kotak's statement that it is considering legal action, Grover went on voluntary leave over concerns about his behavior. This has snowballed into Grover finding himself at odds with the board of Bharat Pay and left fighting for his equity. In the letter on the 21st of January, Ketan also said that Kotak does not provide IPO financing but does it through a third party. For Grover's previous IPO bids, it was done through Infinir Finance Pvt. Limited. Your clients are aware that our client is not in the business of IPO financing as alleged / suggested in your notice. No commitment was made regarding whether Infinir would lend monies to your clients, the letter said. Your clients were aware that our client was only facilitating your clients in availing financing for applying in the Nikar IPO and assisting your clients in completion of documentation for IPO funding through third party and not for any documentation for subscribing for the IPO, it added.